Hello and welcome to Battle of the Ports. Last week we took a look at Lotus 3, and in the comments section of that video, so many people talked about Jaguar XJ220, so here it is. With 32 tracks, varying roads and weather conditions, and a lush soundtrack, it's easy to see why this game was so popular. Jaguar XJ220 first hit the Amiga in 1992, courtesies of Core Design. The game takes place in a series of championship races across 12 different countries, with 3 races in each. The player starts in England, but must decide which country to race in next, which costs the team various amounts of money. The player can also choose to repair damage that the car has sustained in the previous race. The main game is far more fleshed out than the Lotus games, but just like them, it does feature a 2-player split screen mode. However, considering the main game doesn't fill the screen, you can imagine just how slim the 2-player mode looks. One aspect that Jaguar XJ220 really excels over Lotus 3 is the track editor. This is far more in depth than just changing a few parameters. Now you can actually design the track. I'll show you more of this in the port, as it's easier to test than it is here on the Amiga. One point I am disappointed about with this series is the lack of engine sound and music simultaneously playing. Yes, I know that's common on the Amiga, but the demo preview of Jaguar XJ220 managed to have both playing together. One year later in 1993 came the Mega CD port, which builds greatly upon the original. First of all, we now have a whole different game engine that makes use of the Mega CD's scaling abilities. We also get 4 modes of play. Well, I say 4, but one is just like the Amiga, where you belong to a team racing around the world. The second mode is the World Tour, which, let's be honest, is basically the same thing, but now you're on your own and you can choose where you want to go. Then there's the free run mode, and finally the track editor, which is vastly superior due to one main point. You can now try out the tracks mid-edit. I love the track editor on this game. Core have really given the player so much flexibility. You're free to add your own roadside objects anywhere you please, as well as objects within the road. Add your own pitch to create a roller coaster style course, or go nuts with bends that would make even the hardened driver throw up. Yep, you can do anything you want. Sadly, Jaguar XJ220 on the Mega CD isn't perfect. It does suffer from slowdown, however I don't think it affects the gameplay much. Talking of which, the ability to have sound effects and music playing makes a big difference. But to add even more, each individual car also has engine sound effects, which you can hear as you race aside the pack. In the 2000s, an unofficial port to the Amiga CD32 was released. The core game is nothing more than the Amiga version, but it does have some additions over the basic Amiga release. We've got two CDX XL intros, being the Mega CD intro and the promo video for the real XJ220. Some built-in saves, since real saving is not possible, 16 audio tracks that can be listened to in a music player. Make note that these can't be accessed in-game. These tracks include all 12 of the Mega CD tracks, plus 4 fan remixes. There's even 5 exclusive tracks that can be accessed through the load track button. These are certainly not high quality, but still fun to mess about with. All in all, a nice unofficial port of the base Amiga game. But yeah, it is just the base Amiga game. And let's take a look at the Amiga and Mega CD versions running side by side. We're not going to look at the Amiga CD32 version because it is just the Amiga version.